everyone on the YouTubes, it's me again, Colin from ISM. And ladies and gentlemen, as you may already know, Christmas was 22 days ago. And back in December, one of my best friends, Kendra, who lives across the other side of the state, shipped me this incredible customized KNC Slipknot bracelet. As you may already know, I am a fun-employed broke loser with no money to give gifts to any of my friends. But thankfully, I am creative, so the second best thing I have to offer besides my unconditional love and support is to make something personal. And since debatably everything I do in my day-to-day life has the potential to become a YouTube video, and since there's nothing non-essential I care more about than my YouTube channel, I took the opportunity to double the gift and turn it into a commentated drawing time-lapse. It may have taken me a month to finally figure out what I was going to do in return, but because it isn't February yet, it's still completely socially appropriate to be in a festive spirit of giving. So guys, I hope you like it. Kendra, I hope you like it. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So, we're into the time-lapse. This is the first time I've ever seriously considered doing a voiceover commentary during a drawing time-lapse, but I think it'd be better than just throwing in some instrumental track in the background, because this will give you some insight on why I drew this the way that I did. It wouldn't have been right for me to do a voiceover with a Lenny Loud drawing time-lapse, because I didn't come up with that design. And back when I recorded Fly Girl over a year ago, I was way too unexperienced with making videos to know how to do that, which I wish I would have known, because there's so much story behind that drawing, but I really don't feel like redrawing that one for the third time, and the emotions from that one doesn't really apply to me anymore since it's been so long. Now, focusing on this drawing, you see I started out by just outlining as much as I could before adding any color or even shading in. Now, when I draw these characters with more cartoon or anime qualities, I start with the eyes and I work my way outwards, which is not the same way I would draw like a genuine realistic portrait. And I say it's okay to break those rules. A lot of the steps here are taken out of order, like what's happening right now. I wasn't really liking how the outline was looking, so I just went ahead and colored in the eyes, really just to boost my confidence. Now, I just had to make this band/music related to make this more personal. Kendra is planning to study music in college, she was a drum major, so I drew in a clarinet, which is her signature instrument. Now, I'm a brass guy, so woodwind instruments looks like quantum physics to me. If you've ever looked at a standard, straight, non-trigger tenor trombone, the build is extremely basic, and it's all I know. So I tried to follow along the build of a clarinet the best that I could. Now that I outlined everything, I could go back to her face and start coloring, starting with the glasses and the eyebrows because they're right in line with the eyes. Now, there's two reasons why I went with the face mask. One, I don't have to worry about drawing in a mouth and a nose, and two, of course, we're trapped in this god-awful pandemic, so it's just what's normal now. I'm not going to talk about the hair right now, because I do work on it later. Pretty self-explanatory, I color on the skin tone, and I leave the whites for the eyes. I do go back in and add some more detail in the eyes, because the eyes are always my favorite part. There's a light reflection, I darken them in, and I add a different shade of blue at the bottom to really give them the eyes the extra dimension that they deserve. And then of course I just color in the clarinet, give it that kind of glossy look that it has. And since she's pretty much finished, I go ahead and I color in the background. Another one of my signature techniques is to do this kind of single color granite to fill up the entire background, which lightens in the middle and then darkens again toward the bottom. I would say that this is possibly the most time-consuming step, because you can't rush it. I never know what to do to fill up it to the edges, so I slightly turn the paper and I let it run off the sheet below, so I don't have to restrain my pencil strokes. It was at this point I was debating whether or not to use an ultra-thin Sharpie to outline, but that can either enhance or completely ruin your artwork, so I just outlined a bit with a black pencil, which I'm glad I did instead. I left a little room to the right, so I put on a K for Kendra because why the heck not? I used light blue for her eyes, lavender for the background, so I used pink as a shadow for the case so I'd include all three of her favorite colors. And to certify that it's done, I of course at the collar add my signature and the date that it was made. And there we go, there's the full drawing and time-lapse, and I think it turned out pretty good. I just kind of zoom in and scan it and show you all the angles, so there's really nothing to explain right there. And there you have it, my first commented time-lapse. It was really such a blast to make something so different and take a break from gaming and what other post I throw at the wall every week. And I do want to be able to do this again, so if you do have any suggestions, leave it in the comments below. Do not be embarrassed to ask for it to be about you. I mean, you guys do contribute so much to the channel. I have such an interactive community, and I can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, that about wraps it up. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. My name is Colin, this has been ISM, and we'll see you all next time.